you very well could be seeing two distinct areas of rotation. So this tornado warning does include those of you in Maysville. So if you're over towards Mason County, tornado warning. And now we were talking northern parts of Brown County. This warning includes the southern part of Brown County. So again, Allison, let's give us another storm track on these two. I tell you what, take it from, because we've got two areas of rotation, I would just kind of take the storm track and basically draw it due east in the direction and extend it out towards Maysville, so the folks in Maysville know exactly what time the storm will reach them. So there you go, Mount Olivet at 11:20. If that rotation makes it that far south, I think in Mount Olivet, the rotation will pass just north of you. But if you're in Ripley, 11:22, Maysville, those tornadic circulations very well could reach you around 11:30. So again, this is for areas from Georgetown to Ripley, right along the Ohio River, back towards Maysville. We're saying about 11:30. The potential for these two areas of rotation to your west to be moving in your neck of the woods. So you've got a little time out here in Maysville and Ripley, but not long though. So you've got about 15, 20 minutes before those rotations make it towards you. That should give you plenty of time to get into a safe place. Again, abandoned mobile homes, sturdier structures, where you want to be. Remember, if you don't have something to cover your head, you can always grab a mattress, grab a pillow. The idea is to protect yourself from anything flying around that could be picked up by tornadic circulating winds. So again, those are your two tornado warnings. There are your two distinct signatures on radar, one to the north and west of Brooksville, the other to the south and west of Brooksville. And as we follow the line here, look at this, another little kink in the line through Georgetown to the south of Mount Orab. Whenever you get these little kinks, you can get brief spin-up tornadoes along the line. Again, these aren't your long-tracked ones, but they're enough to do damage. They can certainly bring trees down, power lines down, take roofs off of homes. So this is the type of idea with the storms we're thinking there along the line, essentially. And then you follow this basically all the way up to the east of Fayetteville. Here's the storm that's been tracking, we've been tracking for quite some time right now. And I can tell you, even if the tornadic signature is here, to the south of that, you're still going to get very strong winds advancing ahead of the storm. So if you're in Highland County, you're either under a tornado warning or a severe thunderstorm warning. Either way, you need to be taking shelter there. This is our debris tracker where we're able to track and see, the same thing the Weather Service is, if there's actually any debris being lofted by the storm. At this point, Allison, let's go back to the debris tracker because there's the signature. Just got a new update. You see that area of rotation? Right in this area, there still may be a faint area of debris being detected by the radar. Not as impressive as it was several minutes ago, but something we're keeping a close eye on. So if you're to the north and west of Hillsboro, take shelter. Again, I think the best advice I can give you is treat this entire line of storms as it works its way through as potentially being able to produce brief spin-up tornadoes. We've had numerous reports of trees down, a lot of damage. I'm sure Allison is over there keeping up. There's been a lot of damage around the area. I've heard the phone ringing constantly here in the newsroom as this line of storms has blown through. And I'm sure that emergency managers are extremely busy out there. So I'm sure we will continue to get more and more updates on what's happening. Again, another circulation. This is to the north and west of Belfast. I tell you what, Allison, let's take this away. But look at this. If you're up towards Marshall, I don't think there's a tornado warning currently in effect, but we'll see what the Weather Service decides to do with that, because that too was an impressive little signature. So many areas to watch around the area here tonight. So we'll keep an eye on that storm until something officially comes out. But I would say if you were in Marshall or to the north of Sinking Spring, this is to the south and east of Hillsboro now, I'd keep a lookout for possible rotation in this area between Belfast and Marshall. This is in Highland County, Belfast, Marshall community, right there. There's your circulation on radar. This is moving off towards the east and northeast. So if you're over near Marshall, to the south of Marshall, you'll need to be on the lookout for potential rotation. Again, I know there's not an official warning in effect. The Weather Service is busy tonight. They've got a lot going on. I wouldn't rule out, though, the potential for something there to the southwest of Marshall as well. There you go. Again, right in this area, there could be a brief rotation as well. So I tell you what, Allison, let's go from here. Go back, big picture again. Talk about what's happening right now. And again, here's a look at the scope. We've got heavy rain. We've got heavy rain across much of southwest Ohio, northern Kentucky, southeast Indiana. Again, while you're seeing plenty of reds and yellows in southeast Indiana, southwest Ohio, this is just heavy rain. This weather is no longer threatening aside from the occasional lightning that you're seeing and the potential for heavy rainfall. The most dangerous weather now has shifted pretty much to Pendleton counties, Bracken, Mason counties, Robertson counties, Brown County in Ohio, Adams County, Highland counties, Clinton County as well. Allison, let's, if you could, I'm sorry, hate to stop you from what you were doing there. I apologize, but let's get you in right here on the storm to the south and west of here, this area right in here near Blanchester, because that is a particularly nasty looking area of rotation. Occasionally along these lines of storms, you'll get these little bookends and you can see the rotation. We don't even need the velocity. I tell you what, Allison, you can clearly see right there how everything seems to be coming together for rotation right there. This is going to be to the south of New Vienna. This is basically going to be right along the Clinton, Highland, Brown County line now. This is likely to be a tornado. This is the one that had a debris signature a few minutes ago. This is going to be moving into western parts of Highland County. I suspect there's going to be an extension of this tornado warning here over the next couple of minutes. Allison, you want to go back to the velocity now? We can investigate that.
Yeah, sure, Kevin. And then the other thing, too, what they're saying in the National Weather Service chat room is even these severe thunderstorm warnings, they're putting that little text in there, fine print, tornado possible, even within some of these severe thunderstorm warnings. So like you were saying, kind of treat this entire line as one long tornado, right?
And it's been a while, to be honest with you. It's been a while since we've seen a severe event unfold like this across the area with so many tornado warnings. But essentially what's happening is there are so many boundary interactions in the atmosphere that happen to come together right over us this evening that as these storms have gone up, they essentially have tapped that rotation. So that means even a storm that doesn't have a tornado warning on it could at any moment produce a very brief spin-up tornado. Now, fortunately, they tend to be brief spin-ups, not the large Dayton-like tornadoes, but nonetheless still very dangerous. So here we are, impressive circulation, and I'd keep a very close eye on this. That's to the south and east of Blanchester, to the south and west of New Vienna. This is in extreme southern Clinton County, about to cross into Highland County. Fortunately, it appears that the worst of this circulation may move just to the north of Hillsborough, but there still could be very strong winds. As indicated there, you can clearly see the push of winds moving across Brown County into southwestern Highland County. So again, to the south and west of New Vienna, between Fayetteville and New Vienna, possible tornado on the ground here, moving to the north of Hillsborough right now, as we are in the middle of an outbreak of severe weather, I think, with what's happening all around the area at the moment. Again, very close to Lynchburg. If you are near Lynchburg, you have a tornado that is practically on top of you. You need to be in a safe place immediately. If you're up towards Samantha, get to a safe place here. This storm is going to be moving north of 50 and west of 62 over the next couple of minutes. So from Samantha to Leesburg to New Vienna to Lynchburg. Allison, give me a little time track for these folks out here, because this will help give them a little, direct estimate to exactly when the storm will be on top of them. But you should already be in your safe place with this tornado warning being issued. But there you go. Lynchburg, 11:14. As I mentioned, it's right on top of you now. New Vienna, 11:21. If you're out there towards Samantha, you've got about another 10 minutes to get into a safe place. If you're in Leesburg, you've got about 15 minutes to get to your safe place. And East Monroe, about 11:30. So right in here, very well likely to have a tornado. Allison, I'd be interested to see what the debris tracker is showing right in this area around Lynchburg, near Lynchburg, because this is where the Weather Service had a confirmed tornado. It's a little tough to see in this area, not really able to make out much at the moment. So that's something we're keeping an eye on. So that is, I think that's a Doppler radar indicated tornado, right?
Yeah. So far what they're saying is with that, of course, that debris signature earlier, but as this gets closer to that radar, not surprised that that debris signature is a little bit harder to see potentially.
Yeah, because what happens is obviously the radar may be shooting over some of the debris. Again, these aren't the types of storms that produce your Dayton tornadoes, your EF3s and 4s. These are going to be more of your brief spin-up tornadoes, your EF0, EF1s, winds that are generally around 100 miles an hour or weaker, but nonetheless can still, as you know, do damage, right? So over Lynchburg right now, potential for a tornado there. And again, heading up towards some